Does it ever feel like planning things on your calendar is just a waste of time? I'm Dave Crenshaw, and it's time to pick Dave's brain. This week's question comes from Joe in Toronto, Canada. He asks, I watched your course on time management and loved it. I'm creating events on my calendar and spend lots of time trying to plan, but I can't seem to follow the schedule and the plan. I feel like a calendar takes too much time. I often find I would rather do something easier than the scheduled task. How can I bring structure to my life? Thanks for the question, Joe. And first off, I want to say that I completely understand that feeling. If you've watched the bonus video on time management fundamentals on LinkedIn Learning, you'll get my backstory and part of where I talk about how I was diagnosed as off-the-charts ADHD. So I understand the impatience and the difficulty that it comes with taking the time to really get strategic with my time. Now, I'm going to recommend that you go through a different course, and that course is Enhancing Your Productivity, also on LinkedIn Learning. In it, I talk about how to focus your time on the most valuable activities. In this way, we transition from the mindset of just checking things off toward the mindset of increasing your value per hour. A lot of people are tempted to do the easiest tasks available. These are the least valuable activities. The things that you do that are a challenge but you're great at doing are your most valuable activities. And when you spend the majority of your time doing these, you will grow in your career. So, first, try to focus your planning on doing more and more of your most valuable activities. Now, a couple of tricks to help you follow through on that. First, when you schedule something in your calendar, also include the estimated value per hour. For instance, I had one coaching client that I worked with, and he had one most valuable activity that was worth hundreds per hour. So he put the task that he needed to do and the value per hour in the subject line. That reminded him when it popped up on his calendar that he shouldn't skip it, that it was incredibly valuable. The second trick is also in the subject line. Put the first minute of activity. In other words, when that task arrives, what's the first thing that you need to do? One salesperson that I worked with had to make sales calls, and the first thing that he needed to do was just open up the list. So he put that in the subject line. When you do that, it tricks your brain to go past all the pain and difficulty of doing something and just gets right down to taking action. You trick yourself into moving ahead. I hope those suggestions are helpful for you, Joe. And if you have a question you'd like to ask me, all you need to do is go to davecrenshaw.com/ask.
Dave Crenshaw's online courses on time management and leadership have been called life-changing. All are available online at LinkedIn Learning. For a free trial to Dave's courses, visit davecrenshaw.com/learn.